What's up, YouTube? Good news, our concrete got hard. So that means we can go ahead and attach our 6x6 posts to our concrete foundations. So we're going to try to get all level and plumb and parallel and drill these suckers in. So stay tuned. All right, we're going to start this episode off with a bang, and I mean that quite literally, if you'll pay close attention to Graham in the background. Oh, careful, don't blow your finger off. If you're wondering what that was one of those poppets. I don't know what was in those poppets. They had some extra juice to them, but I decided giving Graham a hammer was a better route there, a little bit safer than him playing with them by hand. Very responsible as a parent, I know, right? He was having fun with it, though. Eventually, he did get bored of it. All right, so what we're doing this episode, we are putting in our 6x6 posts. Also, we're putting in our metal brackets that'll hold these posts to the concrete. So first thing I did, I set up that laser that helped me pick an elevation to set all the tops of the posts at. Then I attached the metal posts to the concrete, and then I cut my 6x6s to length. So you can see me here cutting those 6x6s with the skill saw, finishing off with the sawzall. So here I am placing the 6x6 post. I'm getting it to level with the precise adjustment tool. And then we're attaching the strong screws, Simpson SD screws, through the metal holder into the 6x6.
Does it go off if it's not level?
It just automatically levels. Try not to look at it though, okay, buddy?
Why?
I just don't want it to hurt your eyes.
I just want to find baby lizard.
You go back, do this one. Do this one. We're gonna let Graham in on the action here, let him run in some of these screws. Both ends. Oh, stick it back on, get it all the way. There you go, good job. Had to dig out the other side of this post so I could put screws in the other side there. Whole idea of these posts and the metal brackets is to try to keep the 6x6 as dry as possible. That way it doesn't rot in the future, and it stays strong, stays a good foundation for our trailer there. I will have to go back and add a little bit. I'll show you in the video later, but they're a little bit wobbly, especially with the trailer on top. I'll show you what that looks like. Ooh. Listen, y'all, all 165 pounds on this thing ain't going nowhere. So I do think they're strong enough, but I think just a little bit more stability is what I was hoping for. So may come in with some side stabilizers or some kickers is what I like to call them. You can see here there's just a 5/8 nut that attaches to the bolt that was wet poured. That attaches that Simpson metal bracket to the base. And then just like before, cutting the 6x6 to length after getting the measure using the measuring tape and the laser there. So in some fine adjustment wax with the precise adjustment tool, more leveling. Really want to get all these level on the same plane, same elevation, and then that trailer will be flat and level too.
Now do it. Does it go anywhere? Does it feel solid? Yeah? You went down? Hey, go. Oh.
You want to show the camera?
Yeah, I'm gonna let the camera record.
Alright, gonna show off Graham's sawing skills here. This is probably his new favorite thing. He really likes cutting into the trees, chopping down the small trees with the saw. He does a better job at the vertical tree rather than the horizontal branch, so he spends a surprising amount of time at this. Eventually he does get this tree down and I get it on video, but I do readjust the camera right here.
Okay, I'll keep cutting it. One, two, three. This tree is about to fall down.
This is obviously much safer than playing with the fireworks, so it's a step up there.
That is about to fall down.
The tree was caught up on some other trees and some vines that had grown between the two, so we'll help him out here in a second. Not sure what he's trying there. Some new tech with wrapping the saw all the way around. Eventually he breaks it loose here in a second. Almost hits me with it actually.
Dad, look at me.
Mission accomplished.
So we let him struggle with it a little bit, but I think he had a lot of fun doing it.
Alright, watch out. I'm falling. Look at that big old tree you cut down there.
Yeah, I did it. Now I just need to get this stump a little down.
Alright, we're going to go super speed here because we've kind of already shown what we got cooking. This is another way to cut the posts. So I use the laser to mark level on the post, and then I use the skill saw to cut that mark out. Feels a little bit sketchier, but the results aren't bad. Might save a step or two and get it a little bit more precise on the plane.
Alright y'all, it's going pretty well so far, I think. This is the easy part. Getting this trailer up onto these bad boys is going to be fun. I ran out of 6x6, so gotta go to Lowe's. What is a DIY project without 10 walk of shames through Lowe's? So we're gonna do that, get the last two set, and then we'll see how we can lift this trailer up there. Probably hard to tell on the camera, but Feel pretty good with how these are lining up. These are gonna be in a straight line. And then these as well, straight line. All should be about level. So I gotta go get some more material. All right, we're back from the Lowe's trip. We went ahead and got some material to do our floor joists and whatnot after we get the trailer mounted. Here's a nice picture of the dirt. So yeah, we're just unloading the truck. Lowe's is about 20 minutes away, so it takes a little bit of time to get there and back, but it's not too bad. All right, so now we're just getting the last two 6x6s done. Again, using that laser to help us out, get everything on the same plane. We move over to the last 6x6 and we ratchet down our last Simpson post attachment. Yeah.
There's other favorite parts of the video.
You think so? All right, y'all. Let's see how heavy this sucker is. I'm first just gonna try to budge it by hand. I'm not a big dude, so that'll probably go poorly. But we're just gonna see, and then we'll try some levers, and if that doesn't work, maybe.
A lot of snails.
You see, Graham's got a lot of snails.
No, not snails.
Oh, Graham's got lots of slugs. Ew. But anyways, yeah, we'll try levers, golf carts. We'll see what works. But first, we'll try the easy stuff.
Well, that was heavy, so I decided to take a new approach here and use a little bit of a lever, get some mechanical advantage over this thing. I needed to do this because I don't know if you can tell or not, but there's supposed to be a 6 post in the middle there, but some genius put this big old trailer in the way, and it's been in the way for a lot of stuff. When we're doing concrete, when we're digging holes, it's just been in the way the whole time. So yeah, definitely got overzealous there. But anyways, we end up budging this thing a little bit, and we actually get it up on one post there in the back, right hand side. So then we get it out of the way enough to go ahead and set our last post, and that'll complete all 6 posts being level and plumb. Yeah, I had to give it another try and see if it'd go any better now that we had one corner on the posts, and it was even heavier. I think we got the axles up off the ground, and now there's just more weight on the entire thing. So here's an engineering trick for you. So we tried using a pivot point with the lever. That's called a fulcrum.
Y'all, we got some new tech. Check this guy out. This is called a Jawbuster 5000. I didn't want it to come to this.
What's that?
But this thing is heavy. It is a tractor jack, Graham. We're gonna use it to...
Alright, if no one's ever seen one of these before, it's kind of like a big car jack, but you lift it up, lift it down, and it clicks and walks itself up. You can see the trailer raising here. we'll get a little better view of that clicking action here. So eventually I run out of room on this jack and I have to reposition it, which is a sketchy thing because I only had one jack. So what I'm trying to do here is not a very good idea, but I get a good idea when I step back and look at it. I'm gonna use this 6x6 to be a temporary jack as I move my tractor jack. That could have gone poorly, but it was fine. Now I'm trying to get the jack to lower back down. This thing needs some grease on it. It's seen better days, but just need to get that motion unlocked. Now I'm getting it replaced where we can go ahead and lift it all the way up on top of the posts. So you can see here, since I've moved my lifting point, the trailer went kind of sideways. That's fine. I'll actually get up on the other side and lift it by hand, and that went pretty well.
What do they do with it?
They jack them up so they can change their tires.
Yeah, so that actually went a lot better than expected. Now I just gotta get the jack out of there. And surprise, that could have gone poorly, but again, better than expected.
All right, there you have it, YouTube. That is a trailer onto 6 posts, suspended in midair.
Dad, what? This is making it harder than video. It's hard.
Would you look at it? We got a couple not touching still, but we'll have to figure that out. So we still got a little centering to do here. Get it up on that beam, pull it over to the left here. But overall, I'm really happy with how that went. It even looks almost level. We got a little shimmy though. We'll have to perhaps put some bracing between our posts here and get them all connected, the frame to the post. So we're getting close to putting on the floor. There's the rim joists and the floor joists. Maybe that'll be tomorrow. I'm gonna piddle around, try to get this thing centered up, and then that's it for today.
So this part of the video was just me wanting to tinker around with the golf cart and the winch that I put on it. I don't know that the winch actually helped any, but it was kind of fun to do and Graham enjoyed it, so.
Dad, how far can this winch go?
Pretty far.
We can test it out so far.
All right, y'all, I need to pull this trailer a little further back. I need this cross member centered over this. So I need to pull the whole thing this way a little bit. We're gonna use the golf cart winch to help us out with that.
Yes, not super effective here. I end up moving it more by hand than I did with the golf cart winch, but Graham enjoyed it, and we'll have to work on that. Maybe have some sort of anchor or tie off when we use the golf cart for something like this. But we eventually get it moved where we want to, and then we start cleaning up. I'm going to show one last picture here with some updates of where we're sitting and what the tiny home is hopefully going to look like. Alright, so here's a picture after we got the trailer up on all 6 posts. So you can see it's raised up off the ground on top of the berm. And this is my latest rendering from chat. So pretty tall, about 12 foot tall and 12 foot wide. 4 windows up top in the loft area and 2 and a door in front. So that's what we're aiming for. We'll start the framing next episode. Hope you all enjoyed. Bye.